I'm Jordi Iparraguirre from URIT. I'm going to talk about what do we do at URIT to detect fraud detection. So first of all, what's URIT? URIT is the registry of the .eu domain in the Latin, Cyrillic, and Greek alphabets, and we have around 3.7 million domains under management. URIT as a registry, we want the .eu to be a trusted space for users, brands, e-commerce, and to become basically your TLD of choice. So next slide, please. Thanks. So how do we do that? Well, we try to estimate the probability of abuse of the domain name at registration time, that is before the domain is usable. And then we also look for suspicious websites once they are already live, once they are already on the internet. The point is that we cannot delete them. We do not have the mandate to do so. But what we do is that, one, we inform, and two, we start identity checks for the suspicious domain registrations. Next slide, please. So on the first point, the estimation of the possible abuse domains before they are active on the internet, we have the system that's called APWG, that's Abuse Prevention and Early Warning System, that's a joint effort between ourselves and the University of Leuven in Belgium. That system is a machine learning system that uses as feed third-party intelligence on previously proven abuse domains that are provided by professionals of this kind of information, right? So with that information, that the historic of that information and all the learning system of the machine learning, together with the registration data, APWG is able to, in milliseconds, decide or propose if a given domain name that's just being registered has chances of being abusive in the future or not. Basically trying to compare that with what happened in the past, right? So the point is that with that system, we stop or delay the delegation, that is the availability of the domain on the internet, of the domains that have quite high chance of being suspicious. Next slide, please. Okay, so here you have the flow of the system. Okay, we have APWG that's fed by the domain name itself on data, metadata, together with those proven abusive domains histories. And then the system decides if the system thinks that that's okay, goes into the zone, the domain is available, fine. Otherwise, if it's suspicious or the system thinks it's suspicious, it goes to the legal department. And then the legal department will ask the registrant to provide a certain proof of identity. So if you are John Smith, can you please prove that you are John Smith? We want to know who is behind that domain that could be dangerous in the future. In parallel, we also inform the registrar. Next slide, please. So the second step is that once the domain are already on the internet, what do we do? Well, we analyze the domain name, the registration data, metadata, and we crawl the domains looking for weird things. Okay, that process started as a rule-based system, basically, so we learn and we understand a little bit how these things work. And now we are moving that into a machine learning service. So then we will be able to compare both systems and maybe run both in parallel, or one is going to substitute the other one. This runs after the delegation, that is, once the domain is on the internet. Some things later on ad hoc on suspicious lists, on list of suspicious domains that were registered in the past. We are looking for interesting domain names, trademarks, well, whatever, these kind of things, right? Things that we estimate that could be interesting to look at. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the same graphic, but now with expansion, we have another blue square that, well, it runs by itself and then just scans, scrolls, analyzes the data, and again, feeds the legal department with the outcome of the processes. It's worthy to say that there are always humans, there are always people behind the decision, beside or after the decisions of the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence, the machine learning, the rules just flags certain domains, and then there is people having a look and starting those checks. Then the legal department, besides informing the registrar, may also inform third-party partners about, well, we found that, so have a look, please. Next slide, please. Okay, these are some examples of things that we are able to find. We know that these are fake web shops because we asked the brand owners and they confirmed that. So here you have two examples. Next slide, please.
Jordi?
Yep. It's okay. Now, well, here you have another example. So it's more or less the same structure, but different kinds of shops and brands. Next, please.
Jordi,
Okay, here you have examples. An exact copy of the main page, the login page of a bank, right, is exactly the same, but of course the domain name was not the brand and the registration data was completely different. So next, please. That again, a clone of our website of the French government or the tax office of the French government, just to get your credentials and, well, phish you. Next, please. And again, a clone of the iCloud login page. Next, please. Okay, so we are able to prevent or delay registrations of suspicious domains. We can detect also already allegedly abusive cases, like the ones we've seen. The point is that we cannot suspend those domains that we think that are suspicious. We do not have the authority, we do not have the mandate, we do not have the expertise. So that's why we start on one side the check of the identity of the owner on one side, and then also we inform partners. So we inform those experts, and the experts will decide what to do with that. They will confirm or will deny if that domain that we thought could be interesting to have a second look is on the back of the suspicious ones or the really abusive ones or not. Next, please. Okay, and this is the final picture. So we have the complete picture. The legal department informs the third parties. Those third parties, here you have some of them. Then the third parties will decide what to do with that. I mean, maybe classify them, and then this can go to the end of the net, no, where we will help the users if they get into the lists that are included in firewalls or browser warnings on the safe browsing or these kind of things. And well, next, please. That's all. Thank you very much for your time.